Buoy 10 update for Tuesday, August 11th. Well, yesterday, as many of you know, I got my tail whooped. It was a pretty rough day for me. Well, I went from 0 to hero. Today, we tagged out. Everyone got to take home a Chinook and a coho. We limited the boats by 1:30 today. And it was completely different as far as what the fish were biting on, but I stuck to my guns. I didn't really make any phone calls. I knew exactly where I was going to go first thing in the morning based upon the information that I gained from yesterday. And what I did was I went straight down to the red can line, first light, right at the bottom of the tide. There was an okay bite there for maybe about 15-20 minutes, and we scratched out a fish or two. And then from there, I jumped over to the bottom of Desdemona Sands and the checkerboard, fished at 30 foot of water up to the checkerboard itself, and we got into a really good bite there. And then we followed those fish all the way up to the bridge. Once the tide switched at high slack, there was another good bite right there around 1 o'clock. But what worked well for me today was actually bait. Bait went well. For the last few days, it's been all blades. Today, it was pretty much all bait and really only on one rod. And that rod had a red and gold flasher on it. I'll take a picture of it and send it off to you. But that one really was going off today, and not my chartreuse flashers. And I started out with my big spinners, but that didn't really play, and I didn't start getting bit on them until I switched away from my 50-pound fluoro and went down to 30-pound, and went from the 6.5 size blades down to the 5.5s, and went with really bright silver. And that's what tended to work, or what actually ended up working a lot better. As far as the bait goes, I actually didn't use any fresh at all today. I used frozen red label herring, still using my same 2-hook rig with the 2/0 treble on the top and a size 2 single up top, and then a size 2 treble, 2 fingers apart. And that was working really well with the herring, and it was frozen red label. And all I did is I just brine it up with that natural colored Procure liquid brine, and then I added in a little bit of anise, touch of rock salt, and just to keep them cold. And that was it. And maybe that was the ticket, and the reason why I started getting bit on bait is I went back to my normal brine instead of using the fresh. But really, fresh bait, I mean, how can you beat that? So I don't know, we'll see what tomorrow brings, but I got some confidence in the bait rod, so I'm going to go back to a 50-50 split where it's half bait, half spinners, and let the fish decide tomorrow. So there's our update for today. A lot better bite today, at least for me. The information I'm giving you, don't take it as gospel. This is just a heads up on what's working for me. A lot of guys are doing really well on other colors and other locations, but hopefully this will help you out a little bit. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Later.